Hey there, y'all. It's Jax. It's been a hot minute because I don't think I'm going to be uploading any of the videos that I've already recorded because, well, life, and I'm lazy. That's the number one thing always, isn't it? But if you're wondering what happened to all my hair, I actually chopped it off back in like August. It's been months, maybe September. And it was like to here, so it's actually grown out quite a bit. It was all the way down to almost my waist, not quite. Well, no, a little bit past my waist. But yeah, so I cut it all off. This is all my natural hair. The very end still have a little bit of color from back when I used to dye it years ago. It seems like now, when it's only been like 3. But yeah, so my face looks really oily because I have so much products on and it is really hot because I'm back in Texas. And that's why I'm here to record for you. It's a new setup. It is what it is, but I think it'd be kind of nice to kind of show like what I'm listening to, because I usually am listening to something when I'm not doing things on camera when I'm doing my makeup or just in general. So yeah, that's what I'm listening to right now. Yeah. So without further ado, let's get into it. This is just like really just to sit down, chat, get ready with me. We're mainly going to be, well, not mainly, but we're going to be using a lot of Ipsy products because I recently signed up for Ipsy. Okay. Didn't say it right at first. I think I've had it for 5 months now. Yeah, around that time period, because I'm counting 5 bags. So I think I've had it for 5 months now. So a lot of the stuff is going to be from them. So I won't be using a lot of like the typical stuff that I've always used, but that's really the only reason. So I'm just trying some new stuff and I'm really excited to see what works, what doesn't, and let you guys know so you don't waste your money on something that's absolutely terrible, because I sure as heck don't want to, and I don't want you guys to either. Like, I know a lot of people don't watch this, but like for my friends that do and do makeup, I want to help you out. So yeah, and tell you if something's like really good where you should save up and buy it, even though it's kind of pricey. So yeah, so I already did my face. I'm gonna show you guys everything I used on my face. This is the first time using this guy, and I did get it from Ipsy. This is the let me see if I can hold it up. Vitabrid C12 Daily C Balancing Foam Cleanser. Gentle creamy foam, a powerful proprietary blend of Vitabrid CG gently removes impurities, dead skin cells without stripping away the skin's moisture. So this is this. I've been using another face wash from them, but since I was traveling, like I don't know where it went. It's somewhere packed away, but I knew where this guy was at and been wanting to try it anyways, so I gave this guy a try today. It cleaned my face. That's really all I can tell you until like I use it a lot and see like a difference in the other face wash I was using that Ipsy sent me and other face washes I've used in the past. But does it clean your face? Yes. And it smells very lightly and very nice. So there's that. After that, I went in with my favorite. This is just a dollar store toner. It's from the Dollar Tree. I bought it one time and didn't even know what it was way back when. That's why it's like almost empty. And I love it. It's just a watermelon facial toner, and it has aloe in it. And I really like it. So if you're looking for a really cheap toner, or just kind of trying to get into skincare like more, so you don't want to buy something super expensive and then hate it, I do recommend this. And I think they have like a cucumber one too, but I just don't like the smells as well. So I got the watermelon one, and it's pink. It's red, but I love pink. So yeah. So I did that, toned my face, and then I went in with, this is the Nuco, the pill all-in-one serum with HAA plus Vit C and HA. Yeah, okay, I couldn't even read that, but yeah. Oh my goodness, from packing it, I don't know if it's from the heat, some of the like ingredients and how to use it rubbed off, which is kind of weird because I've never like had that happen. And I've lived in Texas for ever. So yeah, maybe from packing, I'm hoping, because if not, that's kind of weird. But yeah, I've been using this guy for a little while since they've sent it to me. I think it was in like my second bag. So for actually a few months now, it was in my second or third bag, maybe third. So at least 2 months, and I really like it for a serum. I never really use serums because I'm lazy. But all-in-one serum, one step. After cleaning your face and putting on some toner, I really like it, and I do think that it does help my skin just look a little brighter, a little nicer. So this one's new. I just got this one. I got 2 bags while I was gone that my dad saved for me. One second, let me put the cap on. I'm gonna spill face oils all over myself, and then this video is gonna be done. But this is from Sunday Riley, which is a pretty expensive brand, which so I was really excited. I think I only got to pick the 3 things because you get to pick 3 things once, because I always miss the deadline because I always forget, and I am new to the Ipsy, and I'm talking about the Ipsy Glam Bag Plus, so all these items are full size. But yeah, so I was really excited to see Sunday Riley, and also because I don't have a face, or didn't have a face oil in my skin routine. So this is the first one I'm using, and I just started using it today, so I can't tell you too much on it. But this is the CEO Glow. It says vitamin C, turmeric, I can't, probably not saying that right, evening primrose oil, vitamin C plus turmeric face oil with enhanced vitamin C, THD, ascorbic, turmeric, and evening primrose oil to brighten, hydrate, and glow. So yeah, so Sunday Riley is a really expensive skincare brand, but they're really good is what I hear. This is my first product I'm trying from them, and it did feel really nice going on. That's why I look like a slathered on, like got a lot going on in my face, is because I have a lot of oils and stuff. But it felt nice for a face oil. A little weird since I've never used one, but definitely not bad or anything. So there's that. So once I went in with both of those, then I put on this that I got. Oh, also before I did that, just kidding, where'd it go? At the start, like after washing my face and putting on toner, I put on this guy, which I've had for a while, and I really like this guy. It does help my lips a lot. I have really chapped lips. I bite at them like crazy, love to pick at them, and I know I shouldn't, but I do. That's why I was always really into lipsticks, because they always hid that, and I've been able to wear glosses for the last few months from this guy alone. There's a few other lip products. I'm trying a new one now, but this guy here was the first one, and it really did help. So this is just the Hanalei lip treatment in the color clear. So I just put it on the beginning of my skin routine, and then it rubbed off when I was putting the face oil on, just because it got all like everywhere, because like I said, first time. So then I put on this one, which is new, and this is from the cosmetic brand's Feel, and this is their vitamin E balm. So I put it right here in my cheek area, a little bit on my nose, because it's kind of like an all over balm, just for those really dry areas, to make sure I don't get dry patches while doing my makeup, and then put some on my lips, and that's what's currently on my lips right now. So I've had both of those on my lips to give them some really good hydration. So yeah, after that I put on this moisturizer. It's right here in front of me. This box is beat, but that's how it came. This is a new moisturizer to me too, so I haven't really tried it a lot yet. And this is the Juice Beauty, from Juice Beauty, and it's the Organic Solution SPF 30 Oil-Free Moisturizer, Soin Hydrant Non-Grass, Broad Spectrum SPF 30 Sunscreen. So it is really good. Like, I don't know if you can tell how like late it is. It's like 7 o'clock in the night, so I didn't really need to put this, but I did think I put it especially areas where I don't need a lot of moisture, but just want a little bit, and then also just to try it out for this video. But I do think it feels nice. It's definitely really sunscreeny. It smells very sunscreeny, so I put it just all over, but just not a lot, like a very thin layer. So, and it is formulated with organic ingredients. This one is 100% vegan. I'm sure other ones are too, but this one just has a giant stamp. So that's just me telling you that's cruelty-free and vegan, because I put it on there, so I'm gonna let you guys know. So after that, I did use this moisturizer. This is the Pixi Skin Treats Clarity Lotion with ceramide and willow bark, and I've been using this guy for a few months now. I think it came in my first or second bag, and I really love it. It's a little thick. I do have pretty normal to dry skin, just dry like in my T-zone area, of course, like, you know, not in my T-zone, that's where oil produces, but like the opposite of that. Wow. But you know, I get pretty dry in the like cheeks and kind of just where my pores are, like makeup looks like cake even if I'm not really dry. So I don't really need the clarity lotion just because it's very thick, very oily. It says oil free, but it's very oily. I definitely don't think you should use it if you have oily skin, but I do really like it. It's just very thick and took a while to get used to, but now I'm used to it. So yeah, so that's what I've done so far. I'm gonna grab my primer, so I'll put that on camera, and then I'm gonna get some stuff ready and be right back. But I will put this on camera. This is the Purely Silk Glow BB Base Primer, and I have been using this for like, I think in my second bag for like 3 months now, and it's my favorite primer. It's just like so good, and it does have some color to it a little bit, so I think that helps with pores and stuff, because I've noticed a lot more blackheads than I did when I was 17, and I'm only 20, so you know, I'm already freaking out over that. So but yeah, and Purely is a really good brand as well. So I'm just gonna put this on, and yeah, I'll see you guys in 1 second. I'm gonna finish putting it on and listen to a little more music and get stuff ready to do the next steps. So yes, so same. Ooh, hold I almost fell off my chair and into my cat's like cage that's right next to me. So yeah, luckily none of them are in there. They would have jumped a mile. But yeah, so I just put on the primer, and I don't have any brow products from Ipsy yet, and I somehow again misplaced my brow pencil while traveling, so I think I'm just gonna fill them in, which will give me a use at one of these palettes because I have 3 in front of me. So yeah, so this is the Half Caked Babe Tested Vegan Approved Your Eyes Only 9 Pigment Palette. So yeah, so I had one other product from them, which was a mascara. It wasn't my favorite. I didn't love it. I'm hoping for better from this, so I'm just gonna use one of these to do my brows. I do think these colors, oh my goodness, are absolutely gorgeous and right up my alley for a natural look though. So I'm just gonna use this brown shade here. It's a little bit lighter than I would normally do for my brows, but I think we can make it work since powder tends to be like that. I'm just gonna use a Morphe M574 brush, which definitely isn't the brush I should be using for this, but it's the only brush I know I'm not going to use for anything else, so I'm using it. So I'm just going to put it, this color is called Ryo Technology, R-Y-O Technology. Definitely a lot of kickback, but that's pretty normal nowadays, especially with, it's not necessarily a cheaper palette, but it's definitely cheaper than, this brand's definitely cheaper than some of the brands Ipsy sends and things, but yeah, that's just from my knowledge. But yeah, that's pretty consistent even with more expensive palettes, so. Oh goodness, this is not, it's been so long since I've done my brows with just like eyeshadows, pressed pigment things, like, ugh. I'm just kidding, why am I doing this? Oh god. This color looks terrible on me. It does not look like my brows at all, but I think I'd actually, okay, I'm gonna keep going. I just remembered they did send me one brow product, and I'm a big fat liar and lied to you guys. But I still don't love that product either, but I think on top of this it might be okay. So it's dark, quite a bit darker. So I'm just gonna give myself a base with this kind of, with the eyeshadow. They're definitely not gonna be twins today. Because what happened was, right before vacation, I broke my Goof Proof pencil that I've been using since way longer than I should be. And then the cheap brow pencil that I was using from Miss A, or that, yeah, like the really cheap store, but it was working, like it's just a little more stiff, but it still works. Not only broke a little bit, but also I lost it where like I could have at least used it for this video. So yeah. But I forgot. I did get this guy. I don't love it. It is from Anastasia Beverly Hills, and it's the Dip Brow Gel. I don't love it, but I don't hate it. So maybe we'll try using some of this too. And it is in the shade Chocolate. So definitely a little bit darker than mess I have going on in my brow. What the? It just dripped on on the palette I was using. That's real nice. Oh, and of course it dripped right on the white part. It's probably gonna stain it a little. Love that. Today's going great, guys. It's off to a really great start. Also, I have like no eyebrows. I literally, when I used to bleach my hair, I'd get asked all the time, like, why don't you have any eyebrows? Why'd you bleach your eyebrows? You didn't have to bleach them even though you were bleaching your hair. And I'm like, I did it. You just didn't notice before because I had dark hair, but it literally was like a common theme with people thinking that. And it's just like, okay, great. But yeah, so I'm going to try to clean these up a little bit, and I will be right back. Do my eyebrows look great? No. Do they look better than they did a second ago? Yes. So we're just gonna work with it. They're not perfect at all by any means. Each brow looks good in its own right, if only they looked alike, but they don't. That was a good rhyme. Maybe I should do it all the time. Okay, I'm gonna stop. But no, so I know what I'm saving up next to buy is another Goof Proof brow pencil, because I'm hating my brows right now, but we're gonna roll with it. Let me get out my foundation and my foundation brush. So I'm using this Real Techniques foundation brush. I don't know if I ever uploaded anything to this channel, but I did have a video where I kind of reviewed this, because it's like you can customize kind of your coverage with just the brush. But yeah, so I just use it on the mid when I'm doing just normal foundation. Okay, and then this is what foundation I've been using lately. I didn't get it from Ipsy. I got it while couponing back when I had a stint in that, and it's just the only one that really matches my skin tone at the moment, and I really like it at the same time. So it's the Neutrogena Healthy Skin Liquid Makeup with titanium dioxide sunscreen, broad spectrum, SPF 20. So Yeah, and I'm in the shade 40 Nude. So yeah, so we're just gonna pop some of this bad boy on now that it's been literally forever doing my brows, because yeah, my cat's is messing with like the package we have of water bottles, and I'm just like, what's going on? But yeah, that's fine. They love that. Oh. I'm just going to, I just put it on the back, I just put it on the brush now. I feel like then I don't have to have it on my hands. I get, like, I already get my hands and stuff messy enough for makeup, so. So yeah, so I'm just going to spread this around. I used to always use a beauty blender, and then I had one from Real Techniques, and it just started getting really not great. Even before that, I was using a brush and then going in with a beauty blender just because of the better coverage and way less a waste of products and stuff. But I don't know. I just haven't had time to get a new beauty blender, so I just don't use one now, which is weird because, like I said, I used to always do that. But I guess we kind of evolve, you know, guys. Yeah. It looks really weird. I think it oxidizes, but it does match my skin pretty well. It might not just look weird on camera, honestly. It looks pretty good in person. It's just, I think it does oxidize a little bit though. So yeah, which people say the opposite of oxidize, I've heard people say, but I still think it's oxidized even if it just kind of blends more in the skin. I feel like this one like kind of goes on a little bit orange, but then kind of gets better as it sits, but that could just be me. So now I'm gonna put this brush out to here, and I'm just gonna really blend the gods, if you will. So I'm going to do that. I'll probably do it off camera so we don't have to sit here for 100 years, so I'll be right back. Some of my like balm got rubbed off, so now I'm gonna switch to the next lip product. Yes, I know I use a lot now. We're not getting chapped lips like that, like all crazy like before. Also, I don't know how that even became in the frame, because it wasn't before. But yeah, so this is by Item Beauty, I think, yes, and this is their Lip Quip Moisturizing Lip Oil. I also got this from Ipsy, so I have been using it, and I like it. I can't keep it on for too long or it gets sticky, and but it does help. Okay, sorry, I was just making sure I didn't get it like everywhere, because that's another thing. I don't really like that it's tinted. I feel like that makes sense if you're trying to, okay, my cat's like laying all over my Ipsy bags. I'm just like, whatever. He doesn't mess with stuff. He just likes to lay on bags. But I'm just like, okay, move around, be crazy. But no, I just like, I get it if you're wearing like, or doing a more natural makeup look and then using this product. But I just think that the color with it's just very messy and not my preferred color for sure. He just ran away. My cat, I don't know what he was doing and what made it possessed him to run away, but he said he's gone. I don't know. It's like on the cage. He always does that. I think he's a Longford cat. He's the only one. So I think he's just like, it's cool down here. But yeah, sorry. So when I'm doing my lips, I need to blend a little better there. So yeah, now we look good. So we're going to do our concealer. Again, not an Ipsy product. It's one of my all-time favorites and my favorite all-time brand of makeup, which is Juvia's Place. And this is their I Am Magic Concealer. And I've been using it since right after I got out of using Shape Tape by Tarte all the time, which it's still really good. I bet it is. I just, this is way cheaper and it works really just the same, if not better, in my humble opinion, which doesn't mean anything, but maybe it does to you. But I'm in the shade J21. Well, I'm not, but I use that shade because I'm crazy and like to use really light color of concealer. Also, I feel like I started using less concealer anyways, and then that became like a thing anymore, but I still definitely use too much, but I really don't care because I like to. Okay. I do a little bit in my smile lines just because I have really prominent smile lines. That way it doesn't crack my makeup as much if I put a little bit in there at least, and then I bake it when we get there. So yeah. And then here where I want a little more coverage, I'm just gonna move my brush to a different setting, which that's why I like this brush, because I can just use it for everything, exactly what it's supposed to do. So yeah. I just use a little bit on my eyelids. I used to use primer. Girl got lazy. I still have a little bit of eyeshadow primer, but I don't love the kind I was using, and I just, girl got lazy. This looks really good, so I'm just gonna put just a dab more, not a lot. I know I look kind of crazy right now. I do think it's the lighting. I choose not to put on the other light. It just like brightened up everything too much, I felt like, but I feel like it's definitely throwing it off even more on camera than it did in real life lighting. Okay. And now I'm going to bake. Again, not an Ipsy product. I just used the Coty Airspun Loose Face Powder. I'm literally almost out finally. Like, this jar lasts forever, and I'm using the Translucent Extra Cover 07041 for this. And I'm going to be, I use a brush now, a powder brush, just to lace and bake down. So I'll show you guys what that looks like. And this brush that was from Ipsy is the Shanna B Miami. I know my powder brush looks messy, but y'all should see my other powder brush. This one's, it's got nothing on that one. I really don't. So I have one of these little guys to help clean in between. I would of course never do this if I was doing makeup on a friend or something. I would definitely clean my brushes, but your girl's lazy, and I do clean them, just not as much as I should. So I'm gonna flip over my little scrubby guy. But yeah, so I'm just going to take some of it and bake everywhere that we concealed at least a little bit, but mainly focus on my under eyes and smile lines. Okay, so I'm just gonna finish baking and I'll be right back. So we have two little palettes we're gonna use today. The only one I didn't really, well, I just bumped the camera probably, and that wasn't even the palette. Where did the palettes go that we're not using, just to show you guys? Which I was really excited to, but I just don't think it's the colors I'm going for this time. It's called the Otherworldly palette by Fluid, and it looks like this. The colors are very pretty. I'm trying to hide the mirror from you guys. Like, greens speak to me on a spiritual level. I don't wear them as much as I want to, and I still wear them way more than most people, and that's not enough for me. They just speak to me. I love them, but I'm just not wearing a very green outfit, and this is like the only green shade in all of the palettes. So, but that shade, and then this one, which is Quarkle, which is such a fun name. It's just such a pretty guy. I probably will. Oh girl. She's real like soft. Oh, that is stunning. Like I said, I don't think we're doing anything with this, and it's mainly, that's just more like a pressed glitter thing, the Quarkle one, but it somehow feels almost like eyeshadow, but doesn't quite apply it like normal, like a normal shimmer or like glitter shade would. But it's so pretty. Oh my god. But yes, and the green one is called Galatea, and that's such a cute name anyways. But yeah, and then the other shades are kind of really more neutrals, which I think are really fun too. And then there's Andromedize, look pretty gold color. So I like all the shades in here. It's just not what I'm probably gonna go for at the moment, but nonetheless, I'm sure you will see that palette, especially the green and that really pretty glitter like pressed pigment, in another video, I'm sure, as long as I keep making consistent videos. If not, you can check out my Instagram, where I do post a little more, at least. Usually I did just clean it out, so it's like has like 3 posts, but usually I do post a little more videos, makeup and otherwise photos on there. So if you want to see more of me, especially makeup, you can check out my Instagram. It's the same. No, it's not. This is just Jessica. It's Jessie Lashes You, JESSIELUSHESU. And yeah, and you can check me out on Snapchat too if you want to. I just really mainly post just crap about my life. But yeah, so let's get into it with the palettes we are using. This one is by Vise Art. It is their Petite Pro Dux, and I think it's in the shade Paris. I think that's like the palette, because I think they have a few of these. But yeah, so this is what mine looks like. I might be wrong. But yeah. So this is, like I said, a great little travel guide. I don't know if I said that, but it really is. So yeah, so these are the colors. Really up my alleyway of just a lot of pinks. I love pink. It's my spirit animal. It's a color, but it's my spirit animal. And then we are going to dip into the palette we use to just prime my brows kind of for the gel. And that is the, I already introduced it, is the Your Eyes Only Half Caked palette. And I think we're going to use kind of a mixture of both because we do have two really pretty pink shades in here. Then we can kind of mix with the pink shades in here. So yeah, so I'm just going to look at them first and see what we really want to do. I'm going to be using the eyeshadow brushes from Shannon B Miami, so that I got from Ipsy as well. So they both have some, I see like one called Disc Space on there that it looks like a really pretty shade for a base, and then one called Petal from here. But I'm trying to decide if I want to do that or go a little more ba-ba boom, you know, in. I think I'm going to just go in with the one that is Petal from here. It just looks really buttery and smooth. I'm going to take a finger, clean finger, and see if it, oh, it's actually a little more pink. It looks like swatched. It's hard to see. I didn't really pick up a lot, and definitely my hands are a little dry. I just got new lotion that smells amazing. I need to use it when I'm done with this, but I always get makeup all over my hands, so I don't put anything on before that. But it looks a little more pink, which is good for our pink look. When I swatched it than it does in the palette. But this is the shade we're using right here. It's called Petal. So yeah, so we're just gonna dip right in. We're just gonna kind of use that to go all over the lids. So like up, around, everywhere that we can. Just to kind of get a nice little base that isn't just like, you know, what the makeup doesn't want to hold on to. You know, we want to give it something it likes to hold on to. Also, I didn't mention it, this one doesn't have a lot of kickback, and it definitely has some. Like I said, almost all palettes have at least some. But it doesn't have nearly as much as the other palette so far, at least. It's very light and neutral. I really like that, actually. So yeah, I might use one other brush real quick, one of my Morphe brushes. Let me grab it. Actually, it's kind of dirty, but it is with a pink. So let me see if I can clean it up a little so we can use it, just because I'm so used to this blending brush. It's literally my holy grail of blending brushes. I really like the Shannon Miami B ones, and I really wanted to try them a lot more, so I brought those ones since they came in a little like pouch with me when I traveled to New York, and that's where I bought it, in case you didn't know. In case I didn't mention it, which I probably didn't, but with me, and yeah, so I've been using them quite a bit anyways. But yeah, so yeah, I got that clean. It looks stained, but it's because it's a white brush. But this is just the Morphe M433, and I'm going to use it to go in with a crease color. So I'm trying to see, I really wanted to use both palettes, but I might just use this one. It's just so cute. Yeah, I think we're gonna scrap this one. I'm sorry, but I love, like, this palette. I'm in love. I'm deceased already. So I'm just gonna use this really pretty, it almost matches my brush, because I probably used a shade similar from Juvia's before. Let me see. It has the names on the little like cartilage, so I've cardboard guy, and it is the shade Nectar. So we're going to put that. Definitely more fallout with that one than the lighter shade, but that makes sense. So I'm really just gonna ride the crease and pull up out. That's just how I like to do my eyes almost always, unless I'm trying something different. But since I'm not right now, I'm just doing more of a just pink kind of neutral look. I'm just gonna pull up and out when I rub into the crease. So I'm gonna get some more product and do that one more time on this eye, and then I'll go into the other eye. This I think just helps. I think I do have like, one, I have really small eyes, and two, I have kind of like hooded-ish eyes, and I just think it creates a natural kind of like liner look when I'm really bad at liners. So I think that helps me later. I do blend it out past this, you'll see. But yeah, so I'm gonna take some on here again, do the same thing to this eye. They're probably like, oh, you look like a crazy person right now because it goes so far out, but trust me, this is how I've been doing things lately, and I just like that when I blend it out later, it looks, helps, like I said, just creates a natural, like, lined and just a bigger eye approach to things, and since I have such small eyes, I really like that. So I'm gonna do that, and then I'm going to decide between all these beautiful shades which one should go on my lid. So give me just a second to decide. Also, I don't know why I'm whispering all of a sudden. Oh, I think my screen went off. It's gonna go to the Roku screen. Exposed. So yeah, so I'm gonna use, one second, I'm just picking up that box that fell, the Miami Bead guy, and I'm going to, let's see, go in, I think, with, it's so hard. I think I might like dip into both of these guys, these two right here. That middle one's really pretty too, but it's like I already have kind of a dark going on look, so I'm gonna skip out on that one. One's called Primrose and one's called Cosmos. Actually, let's swatch them both and kind of see, because I can't decide. I feel like that will help us decide, you know? They have such pretty names too. Oh, Cosmos is definitely more brown, but how buttery it was compared to like any of the shadows I felt today. This is Cosmos, this is Primrose. We're going with Cosmos. I don't even care that it's a little bit darker than I wanted and more of a mauve than a pink, a true pink. But I'm obsessed. Deceased. All of it. Definitely a decent amount of kickback, of course, because it is a shimmer, but it's definitely not like crazy amounts where I'm like, oh my god, what's going on? Just normal. Sorry, my contact was like, girl, you got shadow on us. It's like, girl, calm down. I'm just trying to do my eyes. So I kind of do like swiping motions at first, even with shimmers, which usually don't help. 1 second. I'm gonna go off camera so I won't gross anyone out and try to fix. I think that's a little better. But I kind of like do a swipe, and then now I'm gonna go in and pack it kind of more in. I'm gonna jump into another brush. I know we love mixing brushes. I'm actually gonna be using a Real Techniques brush for this technique just because it's a technique. No, but I just like this brush, and it is the Real Technique. I know it has a number on it. It's their shading brush, and it is the number. These ones are harder to see, 307, and I just poked my eyeball out, so it's a little bit of both. So I'm just going to do that same color Cosmos and just kind of pack that into the lid. I'm going to pull up my mirror here to do this so I don't poke myself in the eyeball again. I really like that, but I think we're gonna go a little old-fashioned to my early high school years and use my finger to really pack it in even more, just because I know that's gonna... Actually, just kidding. I'm gonna use just some setting spray and spray this brush and then go in with it. Look how caked on now that, like, oof, oof. So I just did that and just gonna... There we go. There we go. Didn't have to go back to our old ways. I did remember that I could just pop on some setting spray, which I don't usually use setting spray, but I just received a new one, so we will get there, and I haven't even used it yet, but it smells real good from just spraying it on that brush. Okay, I'm going to blend a little more, pop in, I think, that pink that I decided not to use, the, which one is that called? Primrose, on my inner corner, and I'll be right back. So I removed all of my, like, bake and powdered the rest of my face, and so we're here. I just want to do that off camera because this is taking a minute. I don't mind, but I don't feel like you guys want to watch this long of a video, and I don't really want to edit this long of a video, so... cut in a little corners here and there. So now I'm using this palette by Basic Beauty that I also got in Ipsy, and it is a bronzer palette. It is the Bronzy AF bronzer palette. There's Natural, Cinnamon, and Bad and Bronzy. The names are kind of great. I'll give them that. Even if they weren't great, I probably would definitely like it more than I should for its name. So can I open it? Oh my goodness, I didn't think I could open it. So these are the 3 shades. I'm gonna see. It doesn't really say like which one's which. I'm assuming you just go like Natural, Cinnamon, and then Bad and Bronzy, because it's more of a bronzer shade at the end. And this one's more of a natural shade at this side. So not that side, but the other side. So you know that makes sense. So yeah. So I'm just going to grab my. This is just an e.l.f. Not an e.l.f. This is a Real Techniques brush. It's a foundation brush. I like to use it for bronzing. Do that what you will. So I am going to actually take this, the natural, the like more natural shade, and I'm going to bronze a little bit. So I'm just going to rub into that gently. Definitely a lot of fallout, but I feel like most bronzers have that, which is frustrating, but it is what it is, you know? So I'm just going to bronze my cheeks. I'm just going to So here I'm just focusing on bronzing up my cheeks and forehead to just give more warmth. And then I'm going to go in with the Bad and Bronzy shade. I didn't even realize that was on there. Bless me. I'm going to take the Bad and Bronzy one and dip into that one a little more heavy-handed than I did the first shade. I'll just do it over here where I have no makeup so I can... Also, I spilled powder all over the palette we just used. That was great. I think I was able to get it off with a big fluffy brush, like powder brush, but oh my goodness, see, you can still see some of it on the back of here. But I would have been fine. I still would have been upset if I spilled it all over this part. But this is a very like matte touch where it feels like things are gonna stain it. If they stain it, then they will. Oh, there's stuff all over it. But yeah, but I spilled it all over the actual shadows. But I think I fixed that, which that's all I matter. That's all I care about really. So now I'm gonna go in with an actual contouring hand. And now I'm going to go in with my, where did it go? My big fluffy brush that probably has some extra powder on it, especially after spilling all that. And really blend it in. Now I'm going to take, I take a little concealer brush. This one's just by e.l.f. And I'm actually going dab into this like middle shade that I do think is a little weird tone for me, a little too cool toned. But I think will look good just to do my nose. My nose ring. It's like, hello. And then I'm just going to take that brush again and just blend that out as well. Okay, so now I'm gonna go in with blush. I did not mean to clap that loud. Here it is. Okay, so this is the Orza Beauty Malibu Sunrise Ombre Blusher. So this is what she looks like. And I actually I want to do kind of a review of this brand. Just this packaging is really weird. It feels like, listen, it feels like cheap, like the makeup you used as a kid, but not like sturdy version of that. It's a weird plastic. Like it reminds me of that plastic, but sturdier, way sturdier. So it's really weird, but this is such a pretty shade, and I just got this in as well as the bronzer. So that was my first time using the bronzer. This was my first time using the blush. Was gonna use my normal blush brush, but this one's really clean. And since this is a new shade, I thought I would try this guy out. This is just a Wet n Wild angled cheek brush, so you can use it for highlight or this. So yeah, this definitely has some shimmer to it. I hope it doesn't pick up too much shimmer on the cheeks, but I'm just gonna do one swipe up, one swipe down, and one swipe back up. And it definitely got some on there, so I'm just gonna get rid of that kickback. And I'm just gonna swirl a little bit so it's not like the ombre is blended a little bit, if that makes sense. And then we're just gonna smile and put it on the apples of our cheeks. That's really pretty. It's really natural, but still there for sure. It's definitely there more off camera, but it's definitely there. So I'm gonna do that exact same thing with that swipey motion, a little mix, knock off the extra, and do this cheek. And then with any extra, I'm just gonna make sure there's not like a lot of extra powder. Make sure I blend that as well as I can, and I'm just gonna dab it a little bit on my nose, just to give that like little flush look. Like I know a lot of people do it across their cheeks. I feel like I'm naturally very red when I'm not wearing makeup, so I would never do that, but I do think that little dot will help. So I'm just gonna do a little swift. Just trying to even them out as much as possible. And then again, I'm just gonna go in with a big brush and blend it all together. Okay, so now we're gonna go on to highlight. I've actually used this guy a little bit because I got it I think right before I left for vacation. But so we're gonna pop into this highlight kit. This is the K Voss lighter luminous highlighter palette. So yeah, so I'm going to probably pop into this like pink one here in the middle, which is the shade Spice. Sorry if I seem like I'm going quick, I'm literally just trying to make sure I get everything done before my phone dies. I'm just using this Juvia's Place highlighter brush. It's the JP highlighter brush 01. If you would like the same one, it's really nice. And I got it on sale and it's really cute too. So I'm just going to pop that Spice, the middle pink shade, quite a bit on my brush, but then just light it gently. I'm just going to take any extra, do that twice. I did it one more time towards the end because I realized I didn't have much. I think we're good. So I'm screaming off again. But I think that's everything face-wise. I'm gonna make sure, I think everything looks nice. Make sure like the highlight looks blended and I like how it looks. I'm gonna put a little extra on, not too much though, because I don't want to mess it up. But I love my highlight. A little stronger than the average girl. So I'm gonna blend that one more time with my big fluffy brush, everything together. And now I'm gonna try this new setting spray. So this is also for my Ipsy bag. Is the Sea London Everyday Vacay spray. Why did I say it like that? I don't know. But is there it doesn't even say on the bottom. Where's my packaging? Is there delicately coconutted scented dewy coconut setting mist. So I'm just gonna shake it real good. Spray once. And then do it. It's very refreshing. Okay, so I'm just gonna do my mascara and lashes off camera. I'm just using some Miss A mascara and a Wet n Wild eyeliner gel pencil, just because it's not for my Ipsy bags and I didn't get, like, I haven't received any liner. I hated the mascara they gave me, and I haven't received any lip products, so I'm probably just gonna go in with my favorite gloss at the moment from Maybelline. And I'll tell you guys the shades and show you guys the finished look in just a second. My cat just decided to run in front of me, so if you see his tail, that's what that is. It's not me. Hi. Okay, yeah, I picked up all my stuff and had like one of my Ipsy boxes there because I got one of the boxes once when I got refreshments by accident, and he's just sitting on them, and I'm like, okay. But yeah, so this is the finished look. I just like popped on some eyeliner, mascara, and one of the lifter glosses from Maybelline. I don't remember the name, and I already put all my makeup away. But yeah, so this is the finished look. A lot of these products look amazing. I think my skin looks really pretty. I think it looks very like soft but glam at the same time. And I really like the eyeshadow. It's not how I typically would do my eyes. It's a little, I did it a little more, or maybe didn't blend enough, but I kind of like it. I think it's kind of like extreme without being like crazy color extreme. So yeah, so I really like everything that I tried today so far, but I will give you updates, and I promise I'll actually upload this video and try to start uploading more again and more frequently. So thank you guys so much for watching, and if you really liked the video, you can press that like button. That would mean the world to me. If not, that's fine too. And yeah, so that's all for today, guys. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.